Hi guys, Ann here, and today, I don't know what that was. I notice I do that a lot, like what is this? Anywho, and today we have a get ready with me and like a chit chat. I'd give you a little life update, what is going on in my home life, what is going on in my personal life, what is going on with my health. I don't know, I just talk about a lot of stuff because you know I'm a talker. So if that is something that you're interested in and want to see me put my makeup on, then keep on watching. All right, so let's get ready. I'm going to do my eye makeup on camera and we're going to have a little chit chat. I do have a new backdrop. I bought 2 of them from Amazon. So this is, well, it's for like the holiday, Christmas. And this is more like light colored, right? And then I have another one that's like black and it has like reds and different things in it because I'm just trying to see like what color contrast, like what looks better on camera. So let me know what you think of this. And then on my main channel, Just Ann, I have a few things that I'll be filming today. I'll change the backdrop to the darker one. And then let me know which one you think works better. They were both really cheap. Like I think this was $15 and the other one was $13. So like I jumped on, that's why I got both of them. All right, so I'm not sure like what's eye color yet I want to do for my makeup because I'll most likely change this shirt, but I'm going to be doing the ABH. So I have the Modern Renaissance. This is one of my most used palettes of ABH because it was one of my first palettes from them. And I didn't have a lot of like higher end. Like when I first started doing YouTube, I thought Morphe was high end, right? So because it was like 40 something dollars and your girl wasn't used to that, like I just like only had, when I say a couple of those type of palettes. Then I have the Soft Glam. Don't you hate this packaging, the velvet, because it gets so dirty. All right, and so that's what that looks like. So I usually use this for like transition colors. And then I have my favorite out of all the ABH is the Jackie Aina palette. I love the packaging, love the colors. I use this a lot when I want to do some purple looks. Like I love this green. You can see I use that all the time. So what I usually do is have all of them open and then I go with the flow. Like unless I'm wearing like a purple shirt or something, I'll say, okay, let's go purple. But days like this, you know, I just go with the flow. Let me move some stuff off my desk because shit's getting ready to fall. I think I'm going to start out with the Modern Renaissance and probably just use this color like I always do for my transition. This is called Burnt Orange. But before I start, I want to ask you guys a really serious question about eyebrows. So on my main channel, I'll leave the videos down below in that link just in case you're not aware of it. I started doing like, I think I did 2 videos so far reacting to my older videos. And I started YouTube almost 5 years ago. And I noticed like my eyebrows, the way they were shaped, I loved it. It looked so much better on my face. And I don't know what happened. I think when COVID hit, I stopped going to the like nail salon to get my eyebrows done. And for some reason, you know, then I start plucking. I start getting into the pattern where instead of doing like an arch, I was doing more of the straight. And I don't know, I just messed up my arch. So what I'm trying to do now is have them kind of grow back. And then I'll go back to the lady that I usually go to and have her redo it. But, you know, I still have to pluck ones that are really low because it bothers me. But it's so hard trying to do your eyebrows when, I'm looking in the mirror here, when you're trying to let them grow out, you know. And then like the arch is always, I don't know, it's weird. Let me know how you guys usually do it. Like, do you do your eyebrows and then pluck them? You know, so you know the shape, or do you let them regrow? Like, let me know what you do because I have to sacrifice. I have to do it because I think me having that higher arch, I don't know, I just liked it better, you know? All right, so we have a lot of things to talk about. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go between burnt orange and this golden color right here. I'm just going to mix it together. We have a lot to talk about. First of all, so I have to get dressed anyway. I have a man coming today. That didn't sound good, did it? So I moved into this house last year in October. This was my mother's and grandmother's house before they passed away. And they died 2 years ago. But it took me over a year just to move in here, right? Because, you know, grief and stuff. Anyway, so I moved in October. Oh, and talk, and I cannot multitask. And so I moved in last year in October. And so, of course, in Jersey, it gets really cold. And I noticed, like, the heat wasn't working like it did. Before if you don't know, also, there was a fire in 2018. And prior to that, the heat and everything worked. Now, we have, because this house was built in 1901, we have oil heat, okay? My mom and them never got it, you know, redone like gas heat. They kept the oil. And because my mom was on hospice and my grandmother was in her 90s, they got heating assistance for the oil. So they really didn't have to pay it. Where like I'm paying, it was like $530 to fill the tank up. We have 100 gallons and that only lasts like a month and a half. Okay, so it's expensive. So I have the man coming today at 4 to see how much it would be to convert to gas. Also, the heat isn't working. So I'm on the 3rd floor in the attic. The attic was converted into a bedroom many, many years ago, way before the fire. So you have the main floor, the living room, kitchen, all that. Then the 2nd floor, which was the bedrooms and the bathroom and all that stuff. Well, the heat works there, but downstairs, so the one in the kitchen, heat doesn't come out at all, okay, through the vents. In the dining room, it comes out very little, but it's kind of like a cold, warm, like a lukewarm. Then in the one living room, it comes out. And then we have another like front room, which I made that the living room. That comes out, you know, a little bit. And then we have a half a bathroom like off the kitchen. That, of course, doesn't come out at all. So it's very cold. But when I turn the heat on, it gets super hot on the 2nd floor. Like if I turn it above like 60, like all jokes aside, like 62, it's so hot that like they're sweating. They have to have their window open. It's like all the air is going there. And so it's cold as hell downstairs, you know, like it's like literally reading in the 50s, unless I put it to like 62. And that's still cold because then I feel bad, like they're hot. So what I do is a lot of times I stay in my room because when this was converted into an attic, there was no ducts or anything, so there's nowhere for the heat to come in, but I have one of those plug-in like fireplace heater things, right? So I'm fine. And then when I go downstairs, I have one down there. So like I have it on, you know, like if I'm watching TV downstairs or what have you. If I have to cook, like I literally have to take that one in the living room, the heater one, and plug it in and face it towards the kitchen so that I can have some kind of heat in there. I mean, last year, I was so depressed and everything, I stayed in my room most of the time. So I don't know. I was so out of it. This year, it's like, oh no. And they couldn't come out. The first time I called the people, somebody had got COVID, so they couldn't come out. And then now, because of the holidays, so they can only come out today. Anyway, my point is, that's why I figured, you know what, I got to get dressed anyway. I might as well film. I also want to see how much it would cost to get a waterless, a tankless water thing, if I'm even saying that right. You know, that way you can like take a shower and don't worry about the hot water going. Waterless tank. I don't know how you say it, to see how that is, but we definitely got to get the thing converted, you know, or at least get an estimate. But the first thing is to figure out what's going on with the heat, to get the heat to work downstairs and that it doesn't go, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is a mess. And, you know, even though it's not heating the downstairs, the oil's still burning, right? So it's costing us money, you know? My husband is trying to, now I'm going into the Realger, this orange color. My husband is trying to get me to get like, because we need to get a new roof as well. When the fire happened, they never replaced the roof. And in the kitchen part, if it rains really, really, really hard, it leaks very little bit. So we have to get that part fixed at least and see if the rest of the roof needs to be done, because I don't know. I cannot remember the last time my mom and them had a new roof. So it's probably been 20 plus years, right? And he wants to get solar power. What is it? Solar power. I'm even saying that right. And he was saying how much it would cut, like, with the electric bill. Because our electric bill, like, I'm not kidding, in the summer. Because, again, we don't have central air, right? So we have to put the air conditions in. And our electric bill was over $500 a month. It was crazy. So we got to figure everything out. I even had the guy come from the electric company and they read the meter to see if it's accurate. You know what I mean? But it's I don't know what's going on with this house. you know, if the house was in my name when the fire happened, you know, because they took everything down to like the stud, like the wood, like the, what do you call that? Studs? I'm not sure. That would have been the perfect time to put like ducts in, right? For like air conditioning, stuff like that. But it didn't happen, you know. And anyway, we got to figure out that type of stuff. It's like always something, right? You know, but, you know, I'm not complaining because there's a lot of people that have it worse. Definitely, you know. I mean, there's people that are living outside, and I don't know how they do it. Because if I go downstairs, it's like, oh my God, my hands start hurting because, you know, I have issues with, you know, like my joints and stuff like that. Like, I feel for people that are homeless. I really, really do. Like, I'm just going through it for a short time, you know, but then I can go upstairs and go into a nice warm room. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me get a drink of water. I want to also tell you, so I've been drinking a lot of water. Now, I'm also on a water pill that I take every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Today's Monday. I took my water pill this morning. So drinking water and a water pill, oh my God, I pee like all the time. So I want to give you an update on my health, like what's been going on. See what type of brush I want to use. Because I'm not going to do a whole lot of makeup. I'm going to go in. I guess I'll just use this palette. That's it. And I'm not even going to use those palettes. So these two like burgundy colors, I'm going to mix them together. And just go very lightly here. So it's not so orangey, you know? You know what I'm saying? So my blood pressure has been out of control lately, especially that bottom number. So what I'm on this program now that the doctor has me doing, I take my blood pressure every, like in the morning, the afternoon, no set time, but let me show you. Let me show you. So this is what I do. And then whatever my blood pressure is, however it does, it goes right to my doctor. And then they call me and tell me, and I get it on this phone, I get a text. Let me show you like the recent one. And it'll tell me like about my blood pressure, what I should do, if I need to go to the hospital, if I need to take more of my medication. It's pretty cool. Here today at 9:02, it says, hi, and this is a friendly reminder to take your blood pressure because I didn't take it before. My last reading was yesterday, and it says, this is Sam from, you know, who I go to. It says, your blood pressure last night was 168/104, which is significantly elevated. How are you feeling? Are you having any? And it goes on and on and on. So I think that's nice. So let me show you now, like, because I haven't took it today. I'll show you in real time, like, how it works. And this is how, like, we're controlling my blood pressure. So then I just do this. Sometimes I hit it, my blood pressure is so high, I get an error. It doesn't even do a reading. It's coming up error. So let's do this again. Maybe I don't have it on right. I don't know. See how it comes up error? Oh, it just shut off. I don't know what you guys can see. Okay, let me just press it again. It's starting. I'm going to hold it down here and see if that maybe works. So it's not too bad. It's 160 over, I don't know what you can see, 93, and my pulse is 105. So it's not as bad. I mean, it's still, you know, a little high, but it's not like what it sometimes is, you know? And then now that'll go right to my doctor and they get it. And they'll say, okay, take some medicine, redo in a half hour, or whatever the case may be. They'll ask me, did you take your medicine today? Did you take it last night? You know, stuff like that. I'm on 2 blood pressure medicines and a water pill. So that's what I'm on so far with my blood pressure. Okay, I'm going to go back in with these 2 burgundy colors and go in just a little bit. When I film, like say for my main channel, I always have to go in a little bit darker so that the lights will pick up. But like in person, like it's like, okay, Ann, don't go too dark now because you got company and stuff today and they're going to look at you like you're crazy. You know what I mean? Like if I'm getting dressed and I have to go to shop, right, like to the grocery store or Walmart or something like that, like, and I had to film, I'll have to go in with a lighter color and kind of like tone it down a little bit. You know what I mean? Okay, I see this is going in really nice. And then I go in again here with this thing and just to kind of like blend it. So I'll put it on the top. Like I love ABH's formula so much. I mean, they're just so easy to work with. I just haven't been like inspired in their palette, so like the color story, if that makes sense. All right, now I got to figure out a shimmer shade. Oh, just hit myself with the brush. Let me figure out what shimmer shade. Let me look in the palettes. See, I love that get it out, Anne. The Jackie Aina one. I just love this one the best. Let's see. I'm going to go in with this like greenish color one. I don't know why. It's not going to match my stuff, but let's do it. Because I can always lighten it up with, I mean, look at that. I can lighten it up with another color if it's, you know, if I don't like it. Because I'm going to change the shirt anyway, but black goes with everything. I mean, look at that. I just went in 2 times already. It's just so beautiful. I don't think the Jackie Aina palette got as much like time or credit that it should, because I think this is probably the best palette out of all her palettes, in my opinion. Even the formula is a little different. Like, it's really good. Sometimes what I have to do is like do this with, because I have, as I'm aging, I have smaller eyes, but they're hooding a little bit. They're not too hooded, but they are a little bit there, I can tell. So what I have to do is do this and kind of go above my crease a little bit. So that way, when I look at you, you can still kind of see, like, you know, my eyeshadow. That's another reason why I don't use liquid eyeliner as well, because when I do it, then it like, you can't see my eye makeup. You know what I mean? Unless I'm just not doing it right. Maybe I'm doing it too thick. I don't know. When I was like in the 90s and 2000s and stuff, I always would have black eyeliner on the top of my eyes. Like every makeup look always had that, but it's like so, oh my God, look, I made a mess. Oh Lord, let me get that off. But it's like so, if you would have told me this 20 years ago, like you'd be where you'd never wear it on the top of your eyes, I would be like, yeah, right. Yeah. All right. Usually now, if it looks messy, because at the end, once I deepen it up, I use this to kind of clean it up. So I'm not worried about how this part looks. So if it looks a little messy, trust me, it'll get better. So we'll go in with a deeper color now. I'll go in with this black. This is the Soft Glam palette. And what I usually do is do the black and the dark brown together. When I start getting into makeup, like I would go in like with a dark brown. I would never use black. I just started using black this year, but I'm still a punk because I can't use just plain black. So I mix the black and the brown together. So it's kind of darker than a dark brown, but not as black as the black, like, you know what I mean? And hopefully I'll start getting used to that and then I can go in even deeper. You know what I'm saying? Or I can either go in with the black and the burgundy too and kind of mix that. But we'll do the black. We'll do all three, the black, the brown, and the burgundy. See how I'm doing that? That's what I usually do. And make sure you really tap it off, because in my last vlog, my car vlog, where I was going to Abby's house, I didn't realize, and I always do my eye makeup first, then I do my face makeup, and then I come back and do my under eye. So I must have been touching it up, and I used like a dark green, and I got it like, you know, I had some fallout, and I had it here and didn't know. It looked like I had a black eye. Always go in light first and then I deepen it up. Like if I don't, you know, like that's fine right there. Maybe a little bit deeper. And then I'll blend it when I'm done getting the other eye. So I also wanted to talk to you guys. I pinned a comment about me going to, you know, I do a lot of story times. And, you know, I've told you guys that, like, I raised my kids in the projects. And, you know, like that's how I met my husband. My husband's stepmother, and, you know, and his sisters, his sisters lived there. And it was so weird that when I was really good friends with her, and I was over there one day and I seen my husband, and I went to school with my husband, and I say to him, like, what are you doing here? And he was like, I'm visiting my stepmom. And then we just start talking from there. It was the weirdest thing. Like my friend would always tell me, because her husband had passed, you know, my husband's father many years ago. And she would always tell me she had stepchildren, but I never asked the names or anything like that. It's so weird, right? It's a small world. Anyway, so I always had told you, like, when I was a teenager and stuff, how, like, I would go ahead and get in trouble and hanging out with the wrong crowd. And then I do a lot of story times. And, like, what made me think was, I have a podcast, me and Abby from Abadabs. It's called Jersey Tea Podcast. I'll leave it down below. And I was talking about, like, the first time trying acid and how I was hallucinating, and, like, there was a stop sign. And I figured, you know, when I was 17, I moved out on my own and with my son's father, and I was going to take you around, like, where I grew up and how I grew up, and I would show you the stop sign. That way you guys can get a visual. So, like, when I tell the story times, you know, and to show you where I came from, not to and also show you the area, like, when I was sentenced to 4 years in jail, like I told you with the shooting, and show you where, like, where that school was, where we turned, and the school was there. So then we got a school zone charge. Of course, I would blur out the names of the streets and different things just for privacy reasons, and the apartment complexes just for privacy reasons, because I already had people trying to figure out who my husband was, looking up stuff about my daughter. So, like, you know, stuff like that. Oh, and I got to take another drink of water. I'm very thirsty lately. So, like, it's like I got cotton mouth, you know? Let me go back in real quick to tell you what I'm doing. I'm going to go in the Jackie Aina palette into this color right here. And I'm going to take just a little bit of that and kind of, like, blend that black and the this color so it looks more blended. Oh, God, I just love these shadows. And so some of you guys said, yeah, you would like to do it, and some of you guys wouldn't. And I get the reason why, like, you know, but I do want to say this. I still go out there, because I have friends that are still out there. Like, I never forgot where I came from. You know what I mean? And also, we have family, you know, my husband, his family, and my friends, like I said. So I still go out there. I'm known. It's not like if I go there, people are going to be like, who's that white girl, and start shooting. No. Most of those people there, I've known since they were kids. And now they're like men or women, right? So they know me. It's like, because when I first moved out to the projects, I was pregnant with my daughter. I was 5 months pregnant. So I think I was 23. And I met my husband when I was 36, right? So I was damn near 40. So for many, many years, you know what I mean? So they know me, right? But it wouldn't be like, oh, look, I came from I was poor. Not like that. To also show you, like, number one, to get a visual of my life. So when I talk about it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. To also show you, like, look, if I can come out of that, so can you, you know. But so let me know down below. I mean, because if you guys really would not like to see it, if you're not interested in, let me know, and then I won't do it. Or if I do it, you could just choose not to watch that. But I always respect your opinions, and sometimes I'm an impulse. Like, if I think something, I'm like, oh yeah, let me do that. But it may not be good. It may not be what you guys want. So don't be scared or think that it will offend me if you don't think it's a good idea. Like I said, I just thought it would be like, you know, so you could visualize when I do my story times. Like, because I have so much to tell you. Like, the time when my son, he was like 6 years old, 6 or 7, and he almost got shot out there, like, by this dumpster. You know, so you guys can visualize it. I don't know. I keep repeating the same thing. I don't know why I keep doing that. But yeah, let me know down below, because if it's something that you want, I'd record it sometime this week. Also, a few of you have been asking me, so I did a story time about Juan, the homeless couple. It was a man and a woman. They had a dog. And then I said I would do an update. Well, what happened was, well, they're not vaccinated and they had got COVID and then they were sick. And so I'm just waiting for, they're doing a lot better now. I'm just waiting for the okay to go there, you know, safety first. And because they're not vaccinated, you know, I am, my family is, but it's like, I want to, you know, just make sure everything's okay so I don't bring nothing to them, or, you know, make sure that they don't give nothing to me. You understand what I'm saying? But it is coming, and they definitely told me that they would. They're so excited to, like, you know, share their story, because they're like me. They like that inspiring, like, this is where I came from and this is where I am now. Like, you know what I mean? I think they're just happy with their lives for the first time. And it only make me cry. It really, really will. Like, it's one of those stories that are so heartwarming and inspiring, because they wanted to do better. You have people now that are homeless that just don't want to. They want a handout. And then you have people that really will do anything to do better. And they are one of those type of, and they're an older couple. Well, they're not older, but you know, they're over 50. Like, I don't know, they might even be in their 60s. I never asked their age, but you know, they're not like a 20-year-old, right? So, all right, so this is what I usually do. I'm going to, because, you know, I'm a talker. I could sit here and talk your ear off. I am going to turn the camera off, do my face makeup, so that way this video ain't an hour long. And then I'll come back when I do my under eye makeup, and then we'll do some more chit-chatting. All right, I'll be right back. So I'm back. So you see me do my face makeup, a piece of hair right here. Let me know if you like that for now on when I do it, if I just fast forward, you know, or sometimes maybe I'll fast forward my eye makeup and then see my face. You could, you know, like I'll do it in real time. I won't fast forward. Let me know if you like that type of stuff, or do you want me to just cut it off and then come back with my makeup done? Let me know. All right, so let's finish up the eye look. I am going in my waterline with this Deuce. It's a blue shade, Douce. And let's put this on my waterline. When I first got into makeup, I was so scared to use color. Like oranges and cinnamons were color, right? And then what I did was I started putting like color in my waterline, like blue, purple, green, and things like that. And then that got me to be like, okay, I see color. And then I played a little bit more, I got more comfortable. So if you're like me, how I used to be like so scared, just add a little color in your waterline. It doesn't have to match. It'll bring out, if you have brown eyes, putting purple or blue will bring your eyes out. If you have blue eyes, blue, green, you know, stuff like that. Like, because this doesn't match with blue, but when I do the finished look, it'll bring my eyes out. You know what I mean? Okay. So for my bottom lash, I don't know, I'm going to go into this ginger color in the Jackie Aina palette first. I got to really make sure I shake that thing off because I don't want to get nothing on my eye again. I cannot believe I did that whole vlog and, oh, I got to write my eye, and drove down to Abby's house and didn't realize I had that. I stopped and got gas and everything. They probably thought I had a black eye. All right, I'm going to go in with this color here and just deepen it up a little bit. It's called Edges. I think that's what it says. Okay. Then I'm going to go back in the Modern Renaissance and do these two burgundies together again. Deepen it up just a little bit. What I do is I go on top of that orange. So when then you see me in person, you see the orange and then you see like the burgundy, and then I'll deepen it up on the outer corner. Okay. And then I take a detail brush that looks like this. And let me go back into this, I was going to say different palette. I was going to say Slay All Day, the Soft Glam, and go into that black and brown again. And then I only go halfway in. If I go all the way in, it'll make my eyes look a little bit smaller. If you just do a little bit, it'll deepen it up and it'll make your eyes appear to be a little bit bigger. And always connect to the top. Yeah, baby. And then I go in with that again, and I just a little bit to make sure that it's blended. Here I put too much black right there, so we'll fix that. That looks good already. All right, all I have to do now are my lashes. I'm going to go do that, and I'll come back and we're going to chit-chat. My son just brought me up some packages, so I will be unboxing them on my other channel, as well as changing up this backdrop to see which one looks better. I got my Trend Mood mystery box in, and Wayne Goss had some mystery boxes, and I think that's what it is. It's a big box. I haven't checked it out yet. All right, so anyway, I'm like very excited. I love some mystery boxes. Anyway, let me do my mascara, and I'll be right back. All right, and I am all finished. So yeah, what time is it now? It is 12:47, so I'm going to go ahead and film a few videos for my main channel, Just Ann. I will leave the link down below. And then the guy comes at 4 o'clock. Let's see if that doctor messaged me back. No, I'm surprised, because usually, you know, if my blood pressure is even just a little high, no. But usually I'll get a text message, like, you know, within like 20 minutes or something like that. I don't know. Let me know what you guys did for Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving? It was a little rough for me, but not as bad as last year and not as bad as what I thought it was going to be. You know, when you lose people you love, it's just not the same anymore. And this year is only the second year without my mom and grandma. But, like, I didn't really cry. I cried at night when it was all over and stuff. but like I was still like happy when I was doing the cooking. And you want to hear a funny story? So in my vlog video going to Abby, I had said that like we don't go all out for Thanksgiving anymore, you know, especially because my kids are older. They go to their friend's house, you know, stuff like that. And it's very small. It's just me, my kids, and my husband. So I told my husband, I was like, you know what? You do the food shopping, because we had the turkey, but we had to get everything else. I'm like, because if I go, I'll spend $350, $400 just on Thanksgiving stuff alone, right? And because I always make so much and it goes bad. So he was like, all right, he spent over $350. Like, and I'm like, he brings a ham because my kids wanted ham and they never ask for ham. I don't eat pork. They do. I still make it for them, you know. And so he bought a 10.5-pound ham, okay? We had a 14-pound turkey, so it's not real big, but, you know, for just us. I made fried chicken, so I always do that. And then, like, all this other stuff. And it's like, we have so much left over. It's like, I just wanted to get a little ham just for the kids so they can have, you know, the next day some leftovers, but very small. Like, a very, you know, like, I wanted, like, a very small turkey, but, you know, so we ended up spending over $350. He got 3 different pies. And you got to understand, for me, I've been really watching what I'm eating, right? So I don't eat a lot of sweets. And my kids, you know, that like my daughter, she has her family she goes to, my kids do. And it's like, it just goes to waste. They're not big sweet eaters, right? And it was just funny, you know? It's like, well, this time I probably should have went and did better. But I'm very grateful that he went, because I know it was probably busy as heck. And yeah, so we had a great Thanksgiving. Let me know if you guys have any traditions that you do on Thanksgiving. The only thing that is mandatory is everybody has to eat together. Of course, we do our prayer, but we don't really do any like traditions. You know, let me know if you guys do. And like, what do you guys eat for Thanksgiving? Let me know down below. All right, guys, that's everything. I'll be having some more vlogs coming up. I do have a doctor's appointment for my results coming up in a couple weeks, so we'll have that. I do have some story time videos that will be coming up. I think this Sunday, I'm going to cook. I'll do like a vlog, like a day of my life, and then like do the cooking. So I'll take you guys in my kitchen and stuff like that. And hopefully maybe my son, maybe he'll talk. I won't show his face. He's 17, but he's very shy. But if my other kids are there, you know, because they're over 18. But yeah, me and my husband are going to do a challenge video. So that's a little sneak peek. So if you don't already, put the post notification bell on so that you guys can see the upcoming content. Like I said, I'm really going to take this channel serious. So I'm going to really get into this channel. There will be definitely, it won't be like once a week or once every 2 weeks anymore. You know, there'll be at least a couple videos a week on this channel. And yeah, like I said, thanks again for staying with me. And I will see you guys. Oh, no, I almost forgot what I was going to say. Please like this video if you haven't already. It really does help me out. Don't forget to hit that post notification bell so you can get notified, hopefully, by YouTube. Cross your fingers for my next videos. And you know what I always say? Stay beautiful, stay blessed, stay healthy, and most importantly, always stay you. And I will see you in my next video. Bye. Don't forget to go to my Just Anne's channel and let me know which backdrop looks better, the darker one or the light one. Let me know.